So let's talk about different compositional means. The one that we all work with, we try to remember, is the rule of thirds. The other compositional means take into account wonderful mathematical formulae to compute the best position for the prime subject. And some of these go back to the 12th century, 13th century, been around for many, many years. But when all is done, that location, that point, usually ends up just a few inches from one of the power points associated with the rule of thirds. So I pretty much stick with the rule of thirds. So let's look at rule of thirds. Here's their image, or our box their image is in. So we split that into thirds. So we've got 9 squares, so we split the image into thirds. Where the squares intersect somewhere in the middle, this is what referred to as the power point of the image. If we put the subject or the main center of interest on one of those points, that's where it's more powerful than putting it right directly in the middle. So we refer to it as a power point in the image. The other one is called Bakker saddle. It's been around for many years. It works a little differently, but depending on the size and the shape of the image, it can work up in pretty much the same location. So let's take an image here. The way this works is you pretty much take a line from one corner to the other, and then you take a vertical from one corner that intersects the line, or from the other corner that intersects the line. And then if you've got a different size image, do exactly the same, but you can see that the power points are different areas. Now in the first one, they're pretty much in the middle, just slightly offset. In the rectangular one, the oblong one, your images, your power points are fairly far apart. What you'd have to consider there is what to put there. If it was a person's face on either one of those, or a person itself, you wouldn't want them facing or walking out of the image. You'd need them facing inwards to have a more interesting image. So again, we call those power points as well. Now, if we superimpose the rule of thirds over the Bakker saddle, you can see that in a regular image, regular size, say 16 by 20 or whatever, 11 by 14, the first image, when you intersect, you're pretty much going to be fairly close to the other ones. When you go to the rectangular oblong one, again, a couple of them are going to be fairly close to the original ones, but then you're going to have opposites. So you have to decide what you want to use. I would use the rule of thirds. I usually use the rule of thirds. It works for me, but I just wanted to show you the other one to show you that, if there are different types, different ways of doing it, it's there. Don't get stressed out over the Bakker saddle. Just usually work with the rule of thirds.